Good morning. So just dropped off my kid. He goes to daycare like literally 1 block away. And look at me. I'm literally just wearing a flip-flops. Not even a flip-flops, it's like a house shoe. Look at this. It's actually pretty damn hot. And I'm like wearing this thing, and that was a big mistake. It's really, really nice outside. I'm so happy that it's summertime. So excited for summer. Summer in Chicago are the best. The best. And I think I'm also getting a cold on my lip. It's like a classic story. I always get it when my immune system goes down. First thing what I get is this little thing. But it's okay. I'd rather have this than runny nose and coughing. Because this doesn't bother me. Yeah, it doesn't look good. But, I mean, since we're all wearing masks, nobody even can see it. So anyway, going home. Today I have a class. I'm probably not going to do a regular Pilates class. I'm going to just do like a stretching class. Since I don't feel well. And then I'll see you later. Welcome to the road trip. Me, my husband, and Miroshka. Say hello. Come on, say hello. Don't pretend you're listening to the music when you don't. So yeah, we are decided to take a Zip car. Zip car is in a fast service that lets you to rent a car in the city. It's actually not available everywhere. We couldn't find it where? In Miami, there's no Zip car?
We couldn't find it in LA either.
We couldn't find it in Los Angeles. I don't think we looked for it. I don't think we looked in Los Angeles. We couldn't find it in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
So yeah, this service is not available everywhere, but it's definitely available in Chicago, and it's definitely available in New York. And yeah, we decided to go to the Cafe Istanbul.
So why don't you tell us how the service works?
I mean, what you can say? I mean, you just rent the car. You open the app, you find a car, you take it, you go.
Well, there are cars that park in local parking lots.
Yeah, not only that, sometimes they're even parked on like in the malls.
Parking lots.
Anyway, so we are going to Cafe Istanbul. It's a Turkish restaurant with a lot of great food, and we're taking you guys with us. See ya.
Open it.
Wow, look at this juicy, meaty meat. Wow. Wow. Is it not too much for one person?
It's never too much.
It's never too much. Jackie Bob, my friends, made out of what? What is it?
Lamb, I guess?
It's lamb. Yum. Try it.
It's
Tell
amazing.
us.
It's amazing.
Give us the first impression. Solid.
Melts in your mouth.
Wow. Hi babes, just left my Pilates class. As I said, I'm feeling a little bit sick. Having a little front on my lip. We'll call it cold. So anyway, I'm here in Nordstrom Rack, my favorite store. I love Nordstrom Rack because you can buy a lot of like very nice brandy stuff for very cheap. Look what I found. Look at this. Snickers. I mean, I don't know if you heard, but Snickers that like ugly but not as ugly are the big trend right now. I really like those. They could substitute my white sneakers, because I don't have any like very comfortable white sneakers. And even for this outfit, like that's all I have. And this matches much better, huh? You like it? What do you think? I'm gonna try all of this. And it's all Gucci, by the way. I think I should get it. What do you think? And I like the soil of it. The yellow one. I think it's very cute. And it cost 450. 450 sounds like a good price compared to 700, compared to 800. Look at this winter shoe. I think this shoe is very cute. I don't fit in them. I don't know why. They're so tight. Oh my god. That's the same size, but they're just so tight. Wow, that's cute. Forget about it. Let's try this one. Is that cute? This one is 450. Oh, these are cute too. But the brown looks a little bit like a couch. This one, New York. I feel like it's too cheesy, huh? Yeah, it's very cheesy. Heel. I don't ever wear heels anymore. Oh, this is very pretty. I have those, but just like a sneaker version. Oh, these are for winter. These are cost $900. It's expensive. These are for winter. I like those. I mean, I personally love those. Oh my god, those furry ones. I was always my dream, and I never purchased one. And then they just discontinued them. Like, I love those, but this is not my size. I mean, I wear 38.5, but because of the fur and because of this particular style of the shoe, they run really small. So I would say this is like 37. If that was my size and this one, I would definitely buy it. I love this one. It's my favorite. Let me go and see at 9. Maybe they have it. Going to pick up Miron. I mean, my look of the day. This dress. Oh my god, I just love this dress. This is from Akira. Akira. My little Louis Vuitton bag. And my glasses. This brand called Super by something something. Like this. And then I also have a little something over here. Look. Where is it? Here you go. You know. So yeah, going to pick up baby because it's time. See ya. What's up, yo? Just came back from the dinner with my husband, and now I'm going to a little party with my girlfriend Anastasia that you saw yesterday. So this is the top from this Russian brand that is called You Wanna. Oh my god, I personally love this top. It's so pretty. This is my skirt. I bought it in Los Angeles. I forgot the brand. And this is my Manolo Blahnik shoes that I'm wearing for first time. I love them. They're so cute. This is the only pair I actually own. And then this is my Fenty bag. And you know, just some little jewelry here and there so I can end up with my Shamahanskaya Tsaritsa. What do you say in English? What do you say Shamahanskaya Tsaritsa in English? A queen of the desert. Look, and we're going party. See you there. And this is how she rolls. What's up, yo? She's like I like saw you from far. I was like, that's her. What's up? Good morning. My face is so swollen today. It's just crazy. Yesterday I decided to put what's called an acid, right? It's like lactic acid to my face, so the first layer of the skin will gently come off sometime. And yeah, on top of that I put it like a moisturizing La Mer mask. It's actually one of my viewers gifted to me. So, and of course I woke up extremely swollen. This is like the #1 thing you don't do. You don't put anything extremely moisturizing and extremely heavy like masks and etc. on your face when you are going to sleep. Don't do it. It's extremely dangerous and it's not gonna work. So today is Tuesday, and I am packing my bags. I'm going to New York. Oh my god, I haven't been to New York for 2 years, I think. Yeah, last time I was there before COVID, not even before COVID, it was like a year before COVID or something like that. And yeah, I signed, as you know, I signed a contract, Ford models in New York. I have Ford in Chicago, now I have Ford in New York, now I have Ford Miami. I'm still with Next Models in Los Angeles. Oh my god, my face looks so bad. And yeah, so I need to pack my bags. I'm going there for 5 days. Why I'm going there? I have a job, and it's like a really amazing job, and I'm super excited for it. I've never done this brand, and when you find out what it is, I'll tell you on the day of the job. Maybe even tomorrow, because tomorrow I have to go for fitting. So I'm flying in the morning, I'm going to fitting, then I'm checking in my hotel. After that, I'm going to do my nails, and Thursday I have the job. Then on Friday I'm totally free. I might have some castings, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe my agency will ask me to come to the agency. And after that I'm going to meet my husband in New York. He's flying too on Friday night after his work, so we're gonna spend the weekend in New York. My husband been to New York last time, I assume a year ago, like same as me. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out there, meet our friends, and you know, just be there and enjoy. So yeah, I'm excited for that, and let's pack. Let's do it. No, let me show you what I bought. So last week I went to Neiman Marcus to find myself Celine sneakers, the classic white Celine sneakers. I need some white sneakers. I don't own any nice, good-looking white sneakers. All of my sneakers are kind of like ruined. So I went there and I was like, okay, let me buy something. And of course I didn't find them, but I found something else. So let me show you what I found. Here you go. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, so first pair is Celine. Of course I didn't find a perfect white sneakers, but I found something better. So I actually never in my life owned this particular type of shoe, and this is my first one. It always comes in this beautiful black dust bag. Oh my god, look at this. So it has a signed Celine at the back, it has this logo, it has a signed Celine in the front in gold, and yeah, look at them. Are they so pretty? So I bought in size 38. My size is 38.5. This one runs bigger, and they don't have half sizes. I tried 39, it was super big. Then I tried 38 and it's perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna take them with me to New York. Of course. What can be different? And now, the dream shoe. I always dream about this shoe. I thought I would never buy it because it's always full price, and I'm like, okay, where I'm gonna wear it? I barely wear heels. I mean, now you know it's heels. I barely wear heels. I do love them, but when I'm gonna wear them? And as you know, I have this very beautiful yellow Manolo Blahnik that I just wore actually recently, and they were so comfortable. Oh my god, I just love them. So I think I'm gonna wear more and more that gold version, yellow gold version. And now I have this one. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So when I went to Neiman Marcus, they had their first day of sale. It just started. They were just literally placing a shoe in the sale section, and I was like, you know, walking by, looking at the shoe and thinking like, you know, maybe I'll find something. And I saw this beautiful Manolo Blahnik, and they were in size 37. And because they were still putting a shoe everywhere on racks, I was like, okay, do you guys have in size 38 or 39? Because this is my size. And she's like, okay, let me check. So she went there, she checked, and she was like, oh my god, we have only one pair left here in the store in size 37, and there's one more pair left in the warehouse. and it's size 39. So if you want it, you should order it now and we will ship it to you. And then if you like it, you keep it. You don't, you bring it back. It's like, okay, let me try, you know, because I honestly don't really like to shop online, and I don't, especially like those kind of items, because at most of the time the stuff doesn't work, because it's really hard to like know your perfect size and the brand and everything. So here I have size 39 and it fit me perfectly. This one I tried 39 and it was so big. So that's why I'm like, I always get annoyed, and then the shoes is not available, and then I got so excited and then I don't receive it. This why I don't even go online, especially on shoes. On clothes is a little bit easier, especially if it's like not like perfectly fitted dress or like a jacket, you know, it's like something that you can handle it smaller or bigger, but with shoes, it has to be perfect. But I took my risk because it was the only one, and I also own a Manolo Blahnik in yellow, and it is 39. So I was like, okay, maybe it will work. So this is the dream shoe of any girl. I mean, me for sure, and I'm sure most of the girls. I dream about this shoe, and it comes with only one dust bag, which is very sad. And you just look at this. You just look at this. You just look at this beautiful. This beautiful shoe. Oh my god, when I saw it hanging on the sale section, I was like, oh my god, they have it on sale. So yeah, this is a classic model of Manolo Blahnik. They come in different styles. There's one with like a strap at the back. There's like a full classic shoe. There's like a higher heel, a smaller heel. There's a flat. And this heel for me, perfect, because I barely wear heels. I do own multiple heels and I never wear them. Like last time I wore high heels, it was maybe like 5 years ago. I don't even remember, because even on my birthday when I was wearing my wedding dress, I put it on with a giant boot because it's like, you know, I want to be comfortable. And when I wore that yellow shoe, it's also like a kitten heel, and it was perfect. Oh my god, look at this. Please tell me you are a little jealous, because you know you are. And they fit perfect. Yeah, they literally fit me perfect. So yeah, in Manolo Blahniks, they run a smaller size for me, and yeah, I go half size bigger. So I'm 38 and a half, and this is 39, and it fits perfect. Perfect. Look at this. How beautiful it is. I mean, look at this beautiful color. It's what is this color called in English? Emerald. This beautiful emerald color. So yeah, of course I'm keeping them. Of course, they're going to wait for some magic night. On some magic night, I'm gonna wear them. So freaking excited. So yeah, I'm gonna take my Celine's with me to New York, and you know, I don't think I'm gonna take Manolo's, but because I don't think we're gonna like hang out and like party and stuff. We're just gonna probably stay home and, you know, I mean like parks and stuff, meet friends. So yeah, let's go pack the bags. So I'm gonna take my husband's clothes, some of my baby's clothes with me, because I'm gonna take a luggage, and my husband is gonna travel with no luggage. He's gonna travel with like a small bag, so it's easier for him, because you know, man had no idea how to travel with kids. Remember me flying from Los Angeles with 3 suitcases, with a baby, and with a car seat on my own, figuring out and like planning everything, who's gonna help me where, do what, this, that, and everything. And I needed to drop my rental car at rentals, and then with the baby go to the airport. So, and I managed everything, and my husband is complaining that he doesn't want to know how to travel with a bag and a baby. Really? This is what we're dealing with. But we'll figure out. Train him. This is Sparta.